Okay, we're picking up where we left off. In the first video, we just handled constructors. We did talk about the class monkey for a while, but we really just went through the first two lines here, which was constructing an instance of object monkey called George and an instance of object monkey called Alice. They had different constructors, if you remember. Well, now I want to look at the idea of how do we print out an object. Some of you may have already tried to print out an object using system.out.println, and you got some really gurgly, gooped stuff that didn't make any sense. Well, if you don't set up something to specifically print the information that an object holds, the instance variables, its state, then all you really printed was the reference variable, which was probably a hex number that showed where it was stored in memory. Not very useful. So if you'll look down here, right here, public string toString. Now you'll notice that this is of type string. This is a method called toString that's of type string. So this method will return a string to the calling program. And toString is something that's specifically set up for objects, and a string is a type object. And you remember that when we call something like this, system.out.println, basically it's taking whatever is in here and turning it into a string. Sometimes it's an integer concatenated with a string material, or string material concatenated with an integer. And remember, we use the operation plus for concatenation. Well, in this case, where we just have an object, it's going to go to toString, the method toString, that is stored in the monkey class. And remember, this is our monkey class. Whoops, right here. We're looking at our monkey class. And somewhere down here near the end, it's pretty common that it be near the end, we have the toString method defined. Let's see how it's defined. Return makes sense because it's of type string. It's an accessor method. We're going to return literal monkey, and then we're going to get the name. Now get name just returns monkey name right here. Return monkey name. Okay? So we're going to say monkey and then the name of the monkey. And then does anyone remember what \n means? Well, that means we're going to go to a new line. That way we'll have monkey and his name on one line, hungry and is hungry. It'll tell us true or false whether he's hungry. \n new line has how many toys, and we'll call the accessor method has how many toys, so it'll return that integer, and then the message that he's going to give us. Okay, so if we go, I'm going to go out here and we're going to go ahead and call this up. Let us do this. We'll compile the monkey runner, compile the monkey class, and then we're going to go in here and run it. And let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. Here's me running my class. Now this is the first one. Do you see what that toString printed out? It printed out monkey, George, that's his name. Hungry, well, the state right now is true because we just created him and we said that we defaulted that to true for all monkeys. Has how many toys? 0. Again, he didn't have any toys to start with, and he doesn't have a message yet. So now let's go back in and let's look at the next one. Okay, let's look at the next line. George.setMessage people matter. So we're calling from George, and George is of type monkey, so we're going to go to the monkey class. Here's the monkey class right here. We're going to go to the monkey class, and we're going to look for a method called setMessage. So let's scroll down, right here. Public void setMessage. Well, clearly this is a mutator method because it has type void. It takes in a message. Right here, message is assigned to message message, which, if we remember correctly, is one of our instance variables. So now George has a message to share. Well, let's look at what George prints out the second time we call the toString method for the monkey class. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to run this again. Okay, here it is. Look at the difference between the first one here, where message is null, and down here, where we have changed message to people matter. Everything else had stayed the same. So we can tell that we mutated that. Let's bring up our monkey runner and our monkey class again and look at the next one. George.addToys. Okay, let's go to the monkey class because George is of type monkey. We're going to go down and look at add toys. Let's see. Speak. Nope, here it is. Public void add toys. It takes in a parameter called n. Well, n is obviously an integer. We're passing in a 2 over here. See this 2? That's going in for this int n. Okay. And then what are we doing? Well, we're adding 2. See this plus equal? We are adding n to numToys. So now, numToys was 0. Now it's 2. Let's go and verify that. We're going to run that monkey runner class again and see what happens. And sure enough, here it is. Here's the third one. Toys are now set at 2. They went from 0 to 2. We still have the message. He's still hungry. His name is still George. Okay, that's enough for right now.